All right, welcome to the Eric J. the Great podcast show. Got a special guest on the show today, music artist J-Shin. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, my brother, and yourself?
Hey, we doing all right, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh,
Hey, man.
yeah, I think this will be for a lot of music historians, people them 80 babies,
Oh
that
yeah.
came up on your music that was coming out in the 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. It's pretty big, man. It was exciting time at that time, man. R&B at that time, what I'm saying, was on the surge, it was booming. So, I just, always thank God for being a part of that era, man, at that time when that real R&B music was booming, man. It was lit. It was lit.
Yeah, man. I always say like the best era of music was the 90s all the way to like 2010. I feel like that was the best
Yeah.
era of music because you had the Mary J. Blige, the Tupacs, the
Oh yeah.
Biggies, and all the dudes that's giants right now were just starting out, like
Oh yeah.
Dr. Dre's, the Jay-Z's, Eminem,
That's right.
50s,
That's
the,
right.
the
Oh
Snoop,
yeah.
all of them. So
Oh yeah, and then you had the R&B greats, what I'm saying, the groups like Profile, H-Town, what I'm saying, Drew Hill.
oh yeah.
Man, hey man, that was that era, man, when it was rocking, man. And one of my favorites, man, and he passed, but my boy Jerry Levert, they called him the Teddy Bear. I had a pleasure being out on the road with him, man, for a little while, man. He taught me a lot, but hey man, it was a blessing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I always say, man, like back in that era, like now it's just all about, business. If they can
Yeah.
make a dollar off for you, they're gonna put that bag behind you. But
Oh yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
then it really mattered about like you had to be talented. Like it was like real talented people going against real talented people. Like people like if you put an album out, be like, oh, I got 12 songs on this album, be like, oh, that people saying 5 out of 12 was bangers. Somebody
Yeah.
else dropped the album at the same time, be like, oh well, they saying he got no skips, and that really mattered. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, it mattered. Oh yeah. It did, man. But for real though, man. So it was a beautiful time, man. The music now, the game now has evolved and done changed. And it's still a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? The protege and young proteges coming up now behind me, they doing their thing too. So it's always a blessing, man, that far as urban music, you know what I'm saying? The urban side of it, man, is always a beautiful thing when they doing what they do. They're gonna keep pushing the marker. That's what it's all about. Keep pushing the marker.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So for all the people out there that know who you are and that don't know who you are, we're gonna start off by playing one of your songs, and then we'll get into your whole story, start the interview.
Oh,
Uh,
most all right.
this song is called "One Night Stand" for everybody that doesn't know the name of this song, and go stream it on all streaming platforms. Go check the video out on YouTube as well.
That's right. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, that beat so soothing, man. Real
Yeah, man.
soothing beat, man.
Yeah, man. Sugar Hill Productions out of New Jersey. They actually did the production on that, man, and it was great also working with those guys, man. But yeah, the beat is soothing, man. It feels good, you know what I'm saying? And I saw you in the, you know what I'm saying? I saw you moving and grooving to it though. But that's what it was, man. That's what it was, man, in 2000 when we dropped that, man. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So first off, man, just tell the people where you from.
Well, I'm from the MIA. I'm from Miami, Dade County. The city where dreams are made, some people say. Right now it's sunny down here right now. So, it's a lot of beaches and pools, man. They out there right now. You know what I'm saying? The weather is beautiful. So that's where it's going down at in the MIA right now. That's where I'm at.
Oh, absolutely. So what's the first thing that come to your mind when you hear your hometown?
The first thing that come to mind, tourist site, uh, urban, uh, diversity, because down in Miami, we got our Cuban brothers down here, our Puerto Ricans, we got the Haitians, you know what I'm saying? Those are our brothers. Um, we got the Jamaicans, so it's a diversity down here. I'm talking it's real big, man. So when you come to Miami, when you decide to come to Miami, just know it's big, man. And you know what I'm saying? This is a city where dreams are made. Everybody migrate here. That's where they come. You know what I'm saying? This is where we get it down right here in the MIA.
Absolutely, man. So Take us through back from the beginning, man, your childhood / teenage years, man. For anybody that never been to Miami, just kind of describe the time frame back then when you was a kid / teenager, everyday African American kid growing up in Miami, just some of the struggles and obstacles you had to overcome just being a kid in Miami.
Yeah, well, I'll take you back. I came up in Brown Sub. Um, a lot of people from Miami, just watching right now, they know, but it's an area, Brown Sub, where you had projects like Scadville, you had the white projects, the brown projects. I stayed in the 3 units, so it's like 3 buildings, connected. That's why I stayed in my school. The school I attended was Flora Heights, and it was like right across. So I can remember, man, at 5, 6 years old, man, kindergarten, first grade, walking to school, man, and back then, it wasn't really a lot when I came up. It wasn't really a lot of banging like that. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of drug dealing going on. It was a lot of pimping going on. But back then it was about getting money. They was getting money back then. And they came together and they got money. It wasn't really no beef. You had certain little gangs, but it wasn't really that big, like Tutu Al and in the beginning that I witnessed and saw, what I'm saying? Group of guys, they got together and did their thing. But it was pretty decent, man. Like I say, it was rough, but at the same time, it was expected. Due to I, grew up at it and understood the area that I was in. That late, listen, they gonna get down over here. And then growing up into through elementary school to middle school, I attended a school called Charles R. Drew Junior High. And that's when I got in junior high. Well, actually, in elementary, around the 6th grade, I sung in my 6th grade graduation. That's when I started noticing I had vocals. And we sung "We Are the World" at the assembly, and I was one of the leads. And that's when I knew, like, okay, I got a little voice here, and people recognize me, and they hear me. When I got to junior high school, that's when I started to, lay out, what I'm saying, what I actually really wanted to do, and that was entertain. So I started dancing. I got into the band. I was the captain of the drill team. And I started moving up, going through the community. And back then, going through junior high school, going through junior high to high school, Uncle Luke, Luke Skywalker, Luke Records, Two Live Crew. Luke had a club down here for teenagers called the Pack Jam. So a lot of the teenagers, they attended that. And I was one of the teenagers that attended, but they always had like dance battles every week. So anything that came to entertainment, I was involved in. I got in. Me and my homeboy Kenneth, that was a partner of mine. We call ourselves. Let me go back. We called ourselves the puppies, I think, back then, because you had the dogs back then. But we called ourselves the puppies. It was a 2-man group, and I'm talking about we was lighting it up. Going through, high school, man, in this club, man, the Pack Jam. And again, during that time, still in my mind, that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I want to get into this entertainment business. And then at that time, I'm looking back, seeing guys like Boys the Men, they making a trail, and this young kid coming up in the game trying to figure out what I want to do. And I'm looking at Gerald Levert, and I'm looking at R. Kelly, I'm looking at all of these guys and saying, man, I wish I want to be there one day. Not even knowing, what I'm saying, moving forward, that I would actually, get the opportunity to do what I did. But yeah, man, it was kind of rough. It was rough growing up, but that's how I managed to make it through. You know what I'm saying? A single parent home, 5 kids, 2 bedrooms. So you can understand that, man. Like, my mama had the room, so the rest of the 4 of us, we was in one room, you know what I'm saying? But we made do. And all of my siblings right now, they doing pretty well for themselves, and we still here. And I just thank God for that. But yeah, it was kind of rough, but we made it.
No, absolutely, man. So I know you mentioned something about the band. Did you have any other activities that you was into as a kid? Did you play any sports or anything?
Oh yeah, I played sports. I played football when I got in high school. And oh yeah, that story there, man. I junior high school, I was heavily recruited out of junior high school. I played football. Everybody knew me. I was a speedster. I was running a 4.3 in 8th grade. I was like running a 4.3 in the 40. But going into high school, I attended Northwestern Senior High School. And those guys here every year, they end up going to the state championship. whether they win it or not, they get there. A lot of times they win it, but that's the school I went to, Miami Northwestern Senior High School. And the ninth grade, man, I got my first opportunity. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys, when they get to ninth grade, they got to go through junior varsity first, and then they got to work their way up. By the time they get to the 10th, 11th, they go to varsity. Man, I'm in the ninth grade, towards the middle. I'm on a varsity team. I got a shot. And the reason I got that shot, my partner, Marvin Jones, he ended up going to Florida State, ended up getting drafted to the Jets. He told the coach, man, I went across the middle, and quarterback threw me the ball, and Marvin laid me out, and I still had the ball in my hand, and I jumped up like, yeah, bring it, let's go. Marvin looked at coach and said, Coach, we got to get this guy in. I don't care what we got to do. We got to get him in the game. It's a true story. He like, we got to get him in the game. And you know what I'm saying? We went from there. Yeah, so I was heavily recruited out of high school. So I did play sports. Unfortunately for me, when it came to the sports side of it, I got hit by a car. Say my 11th grade year, I got hit by a car. Ended up severing my knee on the right side, and that took sports away from me. You know what I'm saying? But thank God I still had the music side, the entertainment side, and that's when I started leaning heavily towards the music side and say, you know what? They took sports away from me, but I said I can entertain. So I said, let me get into this. So I started driving, man. From a young buck, I started driving. I was pushing.
No,
I was
yeah.
pushing.
Yeah. So as far as your family and your close circle, friends, things like that, did you have anybody as you was growing up involved in the music business, or were you the first one to go down that route?
I was the first one, man. Unbelievable, man. The first one. Friends and family, the first one, man. And sometimes I sit back and I think about that now. And I try to figure out, you know what I'm saying, where did it come from? Because my mom, she doesn't sing, my dad doesn't sing, my sister, brothers, they don't sing. You see what I'm saying? And I'm thinking about first cousins, second cousins. I have a couple of second cousins that sing, but first, I like none of them sing. So when you ask the question, where did it come from? Hey, man, like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Where I inherited that, but it was a blessing. I guess God gave me that talent, and I took advantage of it.
Absolutely. So, what would you say led you to doing music? Like what? Excuse me. What moment?
The moment that led me, um, when I ran into TWD, Slip and Slide Records. I was at a friend of my house, and Trick normally came through there at the spot 2 to 3 times a week. But that day he came through. My friend introduced me to him and told him, say, hey, I got this guy in the back, man. You need to check him out. He sing. At that time, Trick was doing his album, www.thug.com album, signed to Slip and Slide Atlantic. So they was working on his album, and they brought me in. We went in the studio. And when I got in the studio, I heard the song the Chris Bender song, Who Will I Choose? But they flipped it. But we ended up turning that song into Hold On, that's on the album. That's an amazing song. Everybody around the country, they love that song. Got to hold on. See,
Mhm.
you must be strong. Peace, love, and happiness. You can't go wrong. Oh no. For all my homies in the hood, what will you do? Which life will you choose? Yeah. So we ended up doing that joint, man. Atlantic jumped on Craig Calvin, the A&R over at Atlantic, say, who is that guy? Yeah, we need to snatch him. And then we went from there. But when that happened, that's when at that moment I knew, say, you know what? This is it. You know what I'm saying? I owned it. This is it. So I jumped in it, owned it, and I took it from there.
No, absolutely, man. That's got to take advantage of those opportunities.
Oh
So,
yeah.
as far as who was your inspirations growing up, like, or who were some of your favorite artists you like listening to?
Well, it was a couple, like I said, Jerry Levert. On the gospel side, John P. Key. You know, and a lot of groups like Boys the Men, Profile, man. I was heavily into that R&B. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hip hop head also. But that R&B, man, it sold me, man. So I was riding with all those guys, man. Jacket Edge, man, it's amazing, man. Like, but when it came to R&B soul music, that was my influence. When I heard it, I connected, regardless of who was singing it, where it came from. I just connected to that R&B.
Okay. So, where did you get your artist name from?
The artist name came from that's my full name. I took the first letter from a first name and the last four from a last name. So
Okay.
the first name is Jonathan, and I took that J, and the last name is Shinhost. It's a funny name. Everybody asks me where did that name come from. It's a unique name, man. And if you see any Shinhosters, man, like on the internet or around the country, you see them pop up, just know that's my family. I took it from that. So I took the first letter from the first name and the last four from the last, and I connected. That's how I got J-Shin.
Okay. So I know you just described the situation when you was in the studio and they put you on the song and they was figuring out what you had as a talent. Was
Right.
that around the first time that you went to the studio? Like take me back to the time when you actually went to a record studio for the first time. Was it kind of a rough patch, like, or was it easy for you to catch on? How was that?
Yeah, that was actually my first time going to a real studio at that time.
Okay.
Excuse me. So of course I was amazed. But I actually did a good job. And all my peers around me, they was like, man, this guy got it. Because it was so amazing that going in the studio for the first time at that magnitude. And I went in there and I laced that joint. Um, it was like, okay, this guy, he got it. He's ready. So
Okay.
yeah, it was big.
Okay. So as far as your recording process, would you say you more of a writer or a freestyler or a mixture of both?
I'm a nature of both. Like right now, at this moment when I go in, normally what I do, I get the beat, the track, and then I'll go in and I'll freestyle to a track, right? I mumble some words. And the reason I mumble the words, all I'm trying to do at that time is get the vibe. Because right now, music is not really, a lot of times, I tell people a lot of times now, man, a lot of people are not focused on lyrics. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say the transition of music and how things transition and transform. They not really focused on lyrics. They more focused on the vibe. So you got a lot of these songs with that auto tune in it and this and that, and they have a little bit of that because people going off a vibe. It's a frequency now when you listen to music. So when you listen to the Futures and you listening to all these guys, they got a vibe. Like it's a vibe. You see what I'm saying? It'd be real simple and real short, but it's about that vibe. It's about that frequency touching on that membrane. That's what it's about right now, that frequency. So
Okay.
that's what I do. I go in there and I vibe, freestyle it, mumble, just to get the vibe, and then I go from there.
Oh, absolutely. So um I guess this moment would coincide with what I'm about to ask. So when you went to the studio for the first time and they seen that you had it, would you say that that gave you the confidence to know that you really could pursue the music seriously as a career, or was it another moment?
No, that was pretty much it. When they saw that, they pretty much knew. And at the same time, when it came to that pen, they know I'm deadly with that pen. The first album that I did drop, people still now hit me up online telling me that album was amazing. They still got it on they play right now, they running it, you know what I'm saying? With songs like The One Night Stand you just heard, I Could Treat You Better Than Your Man or Your Woman Can. You, Me, and She with Trick Daddy. That album was amazing. And 90% of that album that I wrote. So they knew I was real good with that pen at that time. So they gave me the confidence. They say, man, you got it. Just go do you. And I was just fortunate enough when I came in the game. Honestly, I was fortunate enough to be given the opportunity to, say, listen, we gonna let you loose. Go get them. And they let me loose in the studio, and it was all on me. Whatever I wanted to do, what I wrote, they say it's on you. What you want, whatever songs I wanted to pick, they say whatever you want to do, we with you. So all of the songs on that album, a lot of songs on that album I picked. 90% of it I wrote. And compose. So and that was another beautiful thing. I sometimes I sit back and I think sometimes because now a lot of times, you don't get that. You don't get that. A lot of times you have a lot of writers and a lot of composers, a lot of people that controlling certain artists and what they do and what they sing. But I just thank God I was blessed to be able to say, you know what, go do your thing. Ted Lucas gave me that he let me loose and I went and got him.
No, absolutely. So what's your current situation right now? Are you independent or are you signed to someone?
Well, I'm independent right now. I got a business partner that I partnered up with, Super T Records. Right now, out of Miami, we doing our thing. We putting a couple of things together. Uh, we shot a video titled "Welcome to the MIA," and that's something that I wanted to do again. When I started thinking, we got to get me and him actually got together and thought about what song that we can write to really bring Hornets on to Miami. You know what I'm saying? To bring that media back to Miami when it comes to music, because it started to shift a little bit, especially when it came to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it came to R&B, it started to shift. You know, you got the greats like Betty Wright. You know what I'm saying? Michael Sterling. And then you got like hip hop heads like Uncle Luke. Then you got Trick Daddy. You know what I'm saying? Then you got JT Money. Then you got Trina, all that. But at the same time, we wanted to try to bring it back. Flow Rider, DJ Khaled. We want to bring the owners back to Miami. And that's when we came up with the song Welcome to the MIA. We shot the video for it. It's a beautiful thing. I can't wait till y'all hear it. I can't wait till y'all see the video. It came out amazing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DJ Khaled, Flow Rider, Uncle Luke, Trick, Trina. You see what I'm saying? Some of the mayor's commissioners in the city, they all got behind this work and we put it in and we made it happen. Super T Records, baby.
No, absolutely. So, um, um, now that you're later on in your career and you've been doing music for a while now, have you ever crossed your mind to transition into a CEO role and get your own label and start signing artists, or are you just gonna keep rocking how you rocking right now?
Yes, I'm transitioning into that now. Far as the label situation, trying to make sure I cross my T's and dot my I's, because in this business, you have to make sure you got to understand the business before you, because a lot of artists, they get in it, they see the glam and the glory, and they don't really understand that this is a business. That's why they call it the music business. Before I get into that endeavor, I want to really, there's some more things that I need to figure out and understand. Even being in the business years, the time that I've been in, it's still some things that I need to grasp and own. So, you know, I'm taking my time with it, but that's something that I'm looking forward to doing. I'm working on it right now. I got a couple of artists that I'm looking at right now. Two out of the ATL, two out of Miami, and then I got one out in LA right now. That we chopping it up right now, putting everything together. But it's a work. But we willing to put that work in, so it's gonna be a time and era. But we willing to, you know what I'm saying, to have the patience and make it happen, man, and make sure we do it. When we do it, we doing it right.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can feel that. So, as far as your recording process right now, how often are you going to the studio and doing songs, and are you doing everything now, or do you have a producer you lock in with, or do you produce your own music now?
Yes, I produce my music, but I also have producers that I lock in with, like Gorilla Tech. That's one of my heavyweights. Some of the songs, a lot of songs that we got coming up from Super T Records. My homie Gorilla Tech, he produced a lot of that stuff, man. He's an amazing producer. Uh, he did like songs like out of Miami. He did songs like Sean. Right now, one of the hottest songs with Watch a Real Nigga Boogie, um, with Ball Greasy. He produced that. So he have his hands on a lot. So that's one of my producers. I got a couple of more. I can't name them all, so I'm gonna just stop right there because I don't want nobody to get mad. But I got producing, also produce myself, and like I said, I'm crazy with that pen. You know what I'm saying? I'm real crazy with that pen.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. So take me back to the time, man. I love hearing artists answer this question, because I feel like I told Wish, I feel like
Yeah.
this question is like with athletes, it's like when the artists get drafted. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? When you drop that first project for the first time, people are able to hear your music publicly for the first time. So take me back to that time where you're not just playing the snippets for the homies no more, or people that you don't know can hear your music for the first time, and they was embracing you around the city and stuff like that. How was that time?
Oh man, at that time, 99 Jams, 99 Jams radio station here in Miami. They was off of 826 at the time. And for those that's from Miami that been here, they know. And they had a big billboard sitting outside of the radio station right off the highway, 826. And what's so crazy is that I was riding down, actually coming from, I just bought a brand new car, a 99 uh Buick, fresh, plastic still on the seats and the whole nine. But I remember driving down 826 and I ran into the billboard, and then at that moment, the song came on 99 Jam. So here I am listening to the song for the first time on the radio station, and then looking up at that billboard and seeing my picture. And everybody know about that picture from that album with that white, you know what I'm saying, Scully on with that sweat on, you know what I'm saying, sitting off that boat. I saw that picture, man, and it almost dropped tears from my eyes, because everything that I dreamed of, and you know, all my dreams and aspirations that I had when it came to this music, and really wanting to do it and get into it and be a part of it. I'm seeing it right in my face at that moment, and it like I said, I almost dropped a couple of tears that day, man. And when I saw the reaction started coming back, because after they played the record, they got the reaction from the people like, rush it or flush it, do you like the record or not? Everybody, they was rushing the record, they was running it, and I'm sitting there like, oh my God, they really feeling it. With the crazy part, doing a song with Latasha Scott, and a lot of people know with Tasha, she's a singer, right? She's a singer. She got that gospel voice she don't play. When you talk about R&B, Latasha Scott, she's that R&B. She's an addiction. She should be in a dictionary when you say R&B, because them vocals on her is amazing. But doing a song with her, a lot of people thought, because I was doing the business, that she was going to outdo me. But what was so amazing to see the reaction from the people, that I held my own. You see what I'm saying? I came in and I did my thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wow, it was incredible, man. Like, I'm speechless a little bit, man. But you know, even thinking back, man, it was amazing, man. I believed it, but I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Because I always knew God had me in His sights. You see what I'm saying? And there's always a word that they say all the time: God take care of minors and fools, right? I was a fool back then, so I know He had me in His grasp. I know He had me. But it felt good, man. It felt good. I was gone, and I was lost. Couldn't believe it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know there had to be a moment of what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, dang man, I just had the
It's
word on.
okay. They listen, man. Even when you think, like, again, see, that's that spirit, man. That situation, man, it leaves you speechless, man. You know what I'm saying? Even me telling the story, I can understand, because a lot of times people don't really understand what happens when we talk about the music business. You know what I'm saying? Certain things that happen behind the scene in order to make certain things happen like that. So when they say it's about that machine, that's for real. You know, when you need an engine to run a car, you see what I'm saying? That's that machine. You really need that. And at the end of the day, at that time, right? All of that stuff that was happening behind the scenes, and here's me, this young kid, man, coming from Miami, a siblings of 5, 2-bedroom, you know what I'm saying? It's like coming from that to actually now seeing myself on this billboard, hearing my song on the radio, traveling all around the world. Like, mind you, when I dropped that song, I never been out of Miami.
Wow.
Never. To be honest with you, I even like to be honest with you, I came up in Brown Sub, Liberty City, Paris City. I didn't even really get out of that to Broward County. And that's our neighbors.
Wow. So you was really like local.
I was really local. I'm telling you, I didn't make no movement. Liberty City, Miami Gardens, down, but Broward didn't touch it.
That's crazy.
So now I'm looking and seeing this kid, you know what I'm saying? Visualize, sitting back, looking in the mirror, seeing this kid like, dang. Coming from where I came from to now seeing my billboard and hearing my song for the first time on the radio, right? Always contemplating in the mind, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it seeks in, sometimes, is it gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes doubt seek in, you know, especially when you realize and see what's going on, like, could this happen for me? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the NFL draft, the NBA draft. You know, everybody and their mama want to get drafted, right? But out of 2,000, you know, ain't nothing but 200 of them getting drafted and getting drafted. So imagine that. That's the same thing with the music business. You know what I'm saying? Just a little more. Now you got 10,000 people in one area trying to get signed, and just realizing they know only 3 gonna get signed a year. Out of 3,000 people that's trying to get in the game to these record labels. So to have that shot, you know what I'm going through right now, even mentally thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Shifting back. You see what I'm saying? Doing what we did, man, it was amazing. And back then, it was physical back then. right? Now we got the streams. You could put up a record and you can get a couple of likes and you get people to stream your record. But back then,
Man,
about
I'm
physical.
glad you brought that up because I was having a debate with somebody the other day. I was saying, platinum is still platinum now, but platinum, like in
Back
your
then.
era, you really felt it because like if somebody went platinum, it was a
Right.
lot of groundwork behind it. People had to hit all these radio stations,
Oh yeah.
go city to city,
Oh yeah.
posters, Billboard passing out CDs,
Oh, you know about it. You got it.
all the DJs all over you. Like you had like a bus and you
Right.
just hitting city to city,
Oh
So if
yeah.
they said they sold 1 million copies, that would mean 1 million people really went in that store.
So and bought it.
Oh.
The FYEs and all that. They went in and bought it. So again, I was a part of that era. Like, right. So I'm not sleeping on now. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the whole game done transitioned and done changed, with the streams and this and that. So I'm a late bloomer, you know what I'm saying? And again, it took me a little while to really like catch on, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm into it now, you know what I'm saying? So, I got the IG page, I got the Twitter page, I got the Twitch, you know what I'm saying? I got the Facebook, I got all the stuff, and I'm running it now, you know what I'm saying? And I'm seeing a difference. But when we talk about back then, when it came to that physical, that was real. When you sold records, you really sold records back then.
Oh yeah.
That physical was serious.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me about them shows right now, man. Like how those shows going right now when you go perform and if you had to pick one show off the top of your head, the most memorable show that you ever had, what show was that?
Um, the most that well, we gonna go back. The most memorable one was the one I did with Jerry Levert, the great late Jerry Levert, Mr. Teddy Bear. Rest in peace, my brother. We was actually in Kansas. I think we was in Kansas City. Kansas City was in Kansas City. And I opened up for the Jerry Levert. And I remember going on stage and doing what I did. The crowd went crazy. Crowd went crazy. Jared was coming up next behind me because there was a couple of other artists before, so I was right before Jared. But I went backstage and Jared said, "Yo, man, boy, you the real one." I say, "Thank you, Jared." He say, "What?" He said, "You got to calm it down a little bit, though. You got to calm it down." But he said, "You with it? You got it." And that was the most memorable one. You know what I'm saying? I got a smile on my face, man, because that brother there, man, he inspired me a lot. You know what I'm saying? He gave me a lot of game. And but that was the most memorable. But up to now, my shows is all the layout is pretty much like the same. You know what I'm saying? I love hitting my chitlin markets. I love my major markets too, but I love my chitlin markets. Uh and me explaining it, you guys locked in right now. Y'all can go to my IG page, the real J-Shin on IG. That's TheRealJShin. And you can check out some of the videos that I got on there, and you'll see what I do at my shows. But I love hitting the chitlin market right now, man. And that's that urban, that hood, them hood spots, man. I love it because they need love too, man. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people talk about to shoot them up and this and that. Nah, they like, man, they like that R&B too, man. You know what I'm saying? And when I got my Thug Brothers grilled up, Easton looking hard, and they walk up to me like, "Bro, I love that If I Fall in Love. That's one of my favorite joints." That's when nigga, R&B, they listen, them thugs, they need love too. So I love hitting them spots showing love, boy. Cause and guess what? They come out, they spend money, they holler about it ain't no money in the hood, they lying. They gonna spend money what they want to spend money on. You know what I'm saying? And if you bring in the work, they coming out. They gonna spend that bread. They coming.
Oh yeah.
They coming. So I sell out all my shows, man. When I hit the market, I sell out all my shows. So I thank God for that. After 20 years still doing this, you know what I'm saying? I'm still able to go and hit these markets, man, and do what I do. Still do what I do. Holler. All y'all promoters out there, y'all lock in. Y'all holler. Go on, like I said, go on IG, check me out. We loaded. We lock and loaded 2023. Let's get it.
Absolutely, man. So speaking, you led me right into my next question. R&B bring out people feelings. So if you
Yeah.
I know this is gonna be a funny answer, but what's the craziest thing somebody did at a show? Like like craziest thing, like you up there performing and somebody just did something crazy like it.
Uh well, to be honest, the shows be loose, right? To try to find the craziest, um, because there's so many to pick from. Because you already know when it comes to, because you're an R&B dude. Listen, you're an R&B head too, right? They don't need to get that twisted. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
Eric J is an R&B head, y'all. So you already know when it comes to that R&B, like you said, touch on them feelings, man. It's a lot go on, man. When you talk about R&B, man, it's a lot going on. You do, man, it's a lot going on. We talk about R&B, touching on them feelings. We ain't talk about shooting up. We talk about touching up. We talk about feeling up. You
And the
already know that
thing,
R&B
and the
with that
thing
dude.
that's unique about y'all, your type of music is that like it's feeling based. So
Yeah.
if you got 1,000 people at a show, you don't know what mood they was in when it comes. They could have just broke up with their dude. They could have just done
Yes.
that. You could have just performed that one song that's talk about breaking up with somebody, and they
Yes.
be in tears, or you know what I'm
Oh
saying? Or,
yeah.
you
Oh
know,
yeah. Oh yeah,
so,
man. Yeah. I hit them with joints like Perfection, If I Fall in Love. So I got the joints for them. But when they come out and like you said, touching on them feelings. It's a beautiful thing, especially when folks could get together, man, and just it's all about love. It's all about inspiration. It's all about, you know what I'm saying, support. It's all about, you know what I'm saying, inspiring people to be bigger and better. You know what I'm saying? That's what my shows is all about. And we love it. Me and my team, we love it.
yeah, absolutely. So, describe the music scene. Well, we'll do past and now since it's been a long time. So, describe the music scene back then when you first came out in Miami versus the music scene now, and as far as like the artists around the city collabing with each other and things like that.
Right. Well, I could say then the importance of artists then was real big because then when I came out, music was exclusive, right? Only a select few. When we talk about Motown, you see what I'm saying? We talk about all of the late great these with Smokey Robinson and all these greats back then. You know what I'm saying? With Bobby Brown, New Edition. You know what I'm saying? With Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Prince. It was exclusive back then. You know what I'm saying? So then it was so exclusive. That was the amazing part about it because now it was like, to me, it meant more. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about artists, it meant more, right? Because everybody and their mama wasn't doing it. They couldn't do it, right? It's like with the, like I told you earlier, with the NFL and the NBA, right? It's so exclusive because everybody is not NBA stars.
Right.
Everybody is not NFL stars. It's only a select few. So when you see those select fruit, it's like you understand, you see what I'm saying, the importance of what's being done and what was created. You know what I'm saying? That was the big part about the music then, right? Now, because of social media now, which I still love it, because of social media now, everybody and their mama are artists now. They go online and they do a song and get a lot of likes, boom, they go viral. All of a sudden, they're important now. So now people don't look at them as unique anymore.
Right.
Versus back then. Back then, Michael Jackson walked in the building, you went crazy. But if you notice, like even now to this day, a lot of the artists that was grandfathered in then, those guys are the ones that still getting that real work. You see what I'm saying? The ones that's grandfathered in. You notice the new ones, they here today, they gone tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? They come in now, 6 months later, they gone. Now they on to the next. You popping now, next month, it's gonna be somebody else. I just thank God for me, that I still hit the spots and they still say J-Shin, they still go crazy. You see what I'm saying? Because I was grandfathered in. I'm not a part of that era, you know what I'm saying? That social media era. I'm a part of that physical area. When I drop my gold record, single, we really sold over 500,000 of that physically. Like people went in there and bought it. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, that was a lot. That's why it was real important. So when you hear about gold records and platinum records, you notice you don't hear about that much. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear about it because now they talk about 1 million streams, 2 million streams, blah blah, because they know that's where the money. Again, it's a good place to be in because all that's telling us is that music is transitioning to a bigger place. Now we are more into the money. You see what I'm saying? Versus the labels getting the money. What I appreciate about now the artists can get the money now, right? Because back then you can sell 1 million records as an artist, right? But because how the whole thing was set up and the scheme of things was set up, if you sold $1 million, you might see out of all of that, as far as publishing, a lot of times you didn't get no publishing. You might walk away with about $5,000.
That's great.
selling 1 million. You get your money off the shows, right? But now with this whole social media thing, you could put a record up on Spotify and you can do a couple of numbers on there and you can get the bread. Like now you getting all of, you sell 1 million records, then you're a millionaire now. You see what I'm saying? So that's the beautiful thing about the day, that I love the transition and how it transitioned, because now we can eat. I put out my music now on my own. I put up songs now on my own. And I can tell you, I'm living and I'm eating off that. And I feel good. You know what I'm saying? I feel good. And I can tell you now versus then, uh, I had the stardom then, you know what I'm saying? The physical, like people knew that it was real. Vocally, they knew I can sing. But now me putting out my own music, I could tell you I made more money now. I make more money now than I made then.
Oh yeah,
Because
absolutely.
now I'm pushing it on my own. Now I'm putting out my own music. They done created platforms. You see what I'm saying? Like DistroKid, TuneCore. They done created all these distribution platforms that now you can go in and you can lock right into with these guys, go in the studio, record your records, get them mixed and mastered, and then upload them. You see what I'm saying? And then boom, take it. And then from there, then you on to marketing, promoting and marketing it. And then now it's like sky's the limit now. Now you can really eat. So from then and today, that's what I love about today, because now it's a better opportunity to make money now for an artist, especially an independent artist.
Oh yeah.
So I love that. I love it now.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And one thing I want to touch on that you speak on, being grandfathered in, like a lot of people don't understand. I had these debates all the time. I was like late 90s, like early 2000s, like your image really mattered. Like if
Oh
you
yeah,
wasn't like if you wasn't a good dude, it didn't really matter how talented you was. Like people wasn't gonna rock with you. You know what I'm
they
saying?
at all.
Like you had to have that character. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
character
Oh yeah, most
mattered.
definitely. Most definitely. And that's why they had artist development back then. Now you don't hear about artist development anymore. But that's why they had that, because they knew they had to develop you as an artist, because it wasn't just about music. It wasn't just about singing, right? It wasn't just about performing. It was about a character, right? Portraying to the world. And how can we mold and create this person to understand that it's about your character, right? It's about who you are as a person that's going to determine whether you succeed or lose. Now you don't have that anymore. It's like it's a straight shooter now. It's like, we gone. We don't need no development. Let's go.
Right. So for everybody that doesn't know out there, just list a couple artists that you done music with, and also name some artists that you haven't worked with that you would like to work with.
Some of the artists that I work with, you already know T Double D, Trick Daddy, Slip and Slide. I work with Trina. I work with Rick Ross. I work with T-Pain. I work with Latasha Scott. Uh, 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 who else I work with? Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all forgive me. Y'all forgive me. But I work with so many, man, and so many great producers, Jazzy Faye, Brian B. Cox out of Atlanta. Oh man, I done worked with some amazing people uh in this game. You know what I'm saying? Some of the people that I would like to work with now. Uh, I want to do some stuff with who I want to work with right now. Uh 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 I want to collab with I want to do some I want to collab with Chris Brown, right? Because I like his vibe, I like his energy. You see what I'm saying? And this guy, he don't miss. You see what I'm saying? He's incredible with that pen too. Chris Brown. I want to do some stuff with Future, because like I say, I go on vibes. You see what I'm saying? I go on vibes. I like Future vibe. A lot of people look at Future as a hip hop artist. To me, man, that cat an R&B cat, man. His vibes, he done transitioned to an R&B cat, man. So with with that being said, uh, and there's so many more that I love to work with, man. There's so many talented artists that's out there right now, man. Just to have the opportunity to be able to collab with one, regardless of who it is that's in the game, it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? So trying to pick, my thing is this: I'm always open to work. You see what I'm saying? With somebody that's ready to work. So I'm open when it come to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm open.
Yeah, man. So for all your fans out there and all your followers, man, name some things you like doing in your spare time when you're not doing music.
I'm a spontaneous guy, so I like traveling. Uh, I like doing things that you wouldn't think, what I'm saying, that I would do. You know what I'm saying? Like I love skydiving. I did that one time. Um, so I'm outside of the box, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm very spontaneous. You know what I'm saying? It's like I go with the flow. Some people say that's bad, but that's me, man. I go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? I'm like that guy. If you go in a restaurant, man, I'm willing to taste anything. If you hit that table and I look and see it, you know what I'm saying? I'm willing to try it. That's me. I'm very spontaneous. You know what I'm saying? And when and when I say spontaneous, when it comes to the women, man, I'm from 125 to 350. That's my range. I'm on that. They already know when it comes to the R&B king, Mr. One Night Stand, man. Look at E, don't laugh at me, E. No, yeah, 125 to 350, baby. You know I'm on that.
Man, I think that's a little too wide,
I
man.
know, I know, I know, I know,
Uh,
I know it. But like
270
everybody need love, though.
275,
Everybody need love.
bring it down to 275, man.
Okay, then. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. So Lizzo, if you listening, you know what I said, I saw something they were talking about back then. Some guy tried to hit her up and they were saying, nah, she locked down. Lizzo, I'm with you, baby. Holla. Holla, Lizzo, baby. Holla.
Oh,
Better
yeah.
believe it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, what are your short and long term goals? What do you want to accomplish?
Uh, right now, uh, I get in conversations about that a lot. Uh, the things that God blessed me with, uh, like I'm telling you where I came from. I was so blessed, man. I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? With what I've accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, a lot of people I see a lot of time, they would give their right arm to actually do what I've done and been to places that I've been. I done sung in front of thousands, 50,000 people inside of a stadium. A lot of people wouldn't even know, a lot of artists wouldn't even know how that feels to sing in front of 50,000. To walk out on stage and the arena erupt. I know what that feel like. You see what I'm saying? Um, so me, I've been blessed, man, and I always give thanks to Slip and Slide, Ted Lucas, the CEO of that Slip and Slide, for snatching me up, giving me that opportunity. Atlantic Records, for signing me, coming in, Craig Cowman, them over at Atlantic for showing love, man, and really like allowing me to do what I've done, man. And so right now, my whole goals is to give back. I don't even really think about me anymore. You know what I'm saying? I think about now giving back, finding somebody else to pass that torch to give them that opportunity to do what I've done. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I think with a lot of artists, that pretty much accomplish certain things that they accomplish in their career. Sometimes I say it's selfish of them not to reach back. You know what I'm saying? When they don't have that opportunity, they don't got with it. It's selfish not to reach back. So that's my goal, to reach back and grab as many as I can to push them so they can have the opportunity that I had. That's my goal.
Oh, absolutely, man. That plays into the role of you transitioning to that CEO role,
Oh yeah.
as my artist.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's the goal right now. That's the goal. And then, I still do my thing. And again, I love it. Uh, it's a passion of mine. You know what I'm saying? I don't do it for the money. I get that. Thank God. He still blessed me to be able to make a couple of dollars. But I do it because I love it. You know what I'm saying? I get out and just this whole game and this music game and this business. I say all the time too that man, I would I have rather did anything else in the world than what I had the opportunity to do? Nah,
Mm.
that was it for me, man. You know what I'm saying? That was it. And E, in our conversation, E, um, you know, when we spoke, like I told you, man, like even when I see guys like you, man, you inspire me too, man, because I'm telling you, a lot of people don't understand the behind the scene and the work, even with your podcast, right? You know what I'm saying? Eric J, the great podcast, they don't understand the work that you put in behind the scenes and understanding. And to see a guy like you doing what you do, and of course, I understand you probably got a supporting cast to help. You know what I'm saying? But the things that you do, brother, and your landmark that you placing on this world, I'm telling you, man, you inspire me, man. And I'm telling you, keep doing what you're doing, brother. And it's only gonna get bigger and better. You know what I'm saying? But you're doing a great thing, man, for the community, for the world, for our people. And again, I just want to say, I want to give you your flowers right now while we own it, because we locked in now. But I want to give you your flowers, man, because uh I think you deserve them right now. You know what I'm saying? For those that don't know, if they locking in for the first time or been locked in before, they can go back and look at some of your past podcasts that you did, man. Listen, you touching the world, man. You're doing some amazing things in our community. You touching on subjects that need to be touched on. So, man, I just want to say I appreciate you. I appreciate
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that, man. I know I was in real deep thought the other day, man. And I was just thinking, like I told you yesterday, you know, other people that's doing similar things that I'm doing as far as crafts, as far as the podcast thing. And I was riding around in the car, I like listening to Drake when I got a
you.
lot of stuff on my mind. So I was riding around the car listening to When to Say When. That's one of my favorite songs by Drake.
Right, right. Yeah.
Yeah, he got real deep on that song. So and I was just thinking, I'm just like, man, it's a lot of people that do the same things. And everybody's gonna have a different outcome because everybody has a different path. But the thing that I was just thinking about, I was like, man, like right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the living room of my apartment right now.
Right,
And I was like, yo, like back in August, before I ever had a big interview, I got an interview with J-Shin and did it in the living room of my apartment.
right, right,
I was just reminiscing on that. I was just like, man, this is crazy. Cause I was like, all these other people that I look at on YouTube and people that I look at that has bigger platforms that I try to take things from and things like that, to learn and stuff like that.
right.
All these guys is in major productions, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like major studios and things like that. And I was just like, man, like I did all this in my crib, you know what I'm saying? Just waking up one day and say, hey, I'm gonna do a podcast and just seeing how it played out. So it's crazy when I just think about it.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. That's why I say, like, when it come to you, doing my research, man, that's why I say I applaud you and giving you your flowers, man, because um a lot of people they don't understand the work that goes in behind the scenes. And just to take that initial step to say, you know what, this is something that I love, this is something that I want to do. And also reaching out to the right people, you know what I'm saying? The right influencers, you know what I'm saying, to inspire you, man, was big and it was great, man. So again, continue doing what you're doing, my brother. Is big, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to shift the conversation from me to you, you know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to give you your flowers, my brother, because I'm telling you, you put in that work. You put in that work, my brother. You put in work.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, man. So for 2023, man, what all you got coming for 2023 as far as projects, features, or anything like that?
Well, right now, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we for 2023, uh we dropping a song titled Welcome to the MIA. We shot the video, like I spoke on earlier, with some of the cameos in it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, with Khaled, Flow Rider, Trick, Trina, Uncle Luke, you see what I'm saying? And a lot more. They supported the whole movement. So we get ready to drop that song. We get ready to drop the video that's actually on YouTube right now. We did over 200,000 views in like a month or so. Um, Distributed by Empire Distribution. And listen, we get ready to drop that. And again, we get ready to touch the world and bring everybody to Miami. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna release that record all over the world. Because some of the spots right now, it's cold right now. They want to see some sunny weather right now. They want to feel like they're in Miami. Fuck it. So we're gonna drop that on them and bring them into our world, bring them into the MIA, Miami. You know what I'm saying? Dade County. We're gonna bring them here and show them love, because everybody else, they come here on vacation. You know what I'm saying? Like Fat Joe, P. Diddy, all of them got homes and houses down here in Miami. You see what I'm saying? All of them do. You know what I'm saying? So when you asked me earlier about what's Miami, Miami is that vacation spot. You see what I'm saying? Sunny beaches, palm trees, you see what I'm saying? High-end cars, that's what it is. Exotic girls, over 21, throw it up. You know what I'm saying? That's what we doing here. But yeah, we got the video, you know what I'm saying? Super T Records. Welcome to the MIA. We come in 2023. It's just the beginning, baby.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I'll start asking all my guests this question. I feel like it's a legacy question. So how do you want people to perceive you?
Um, when they say J-Shin, I just want them to remember me as a guy. Uh, when they mention my name, I need the word respect, um, responsible, at the same time, influential when it comes to um the guys that came before me and the ones that's coming after me, right? I'm big on that. I'm big on love. You know what I'm saying? Like P. Diddy say love. I'm big on that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and when I say love, I'm talking about I'm reaching across the counter. Like I'm not just talking about the people in the suburban areas. I'm talking about people in the hood area. Because a lot of times people they get stuck on in status, right?
It's 5 o'clock.
These people, they don't want to go on this side. Those people, you know what I'm saying? And it's all about status. You know what I'm saying? A lot of time people say, hey man, you need to be careful. Cause I'm telling you, I go in some of the hooded spot, man. You know what I'm saying? And I get it, you got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? You even told me to be careful. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know because of my background and where I come from, man. It's just in me, man. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that, but
Yeah, sometimes you gotta say yourself for yourself.
yeah,
If you already know that you're gonna move like that, then you just gotta put certain things in place so you can continue moving like that, whether that be security
right,
or
right.
or close friends that's still around the city that you got good relationships with that got your best interests, when you go in places like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, most definitely, man. So I'm gonna take heed of that. You know what I'm saying? Um,
It's all about presence, you know what I'm saying? Because I
yeah,
mean, I'm not saying, somebody want to do harm to you, but you gotta always have that in the back of your mind, especially when you in a position of influence and I
yeah,
would say power, but I don't want to say power in a negative way. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
You
right.
know
I
what I'm
got you.
saying?
Right, right. No, I got you. I totally understand, and I appreciate those words, man. And yeah, man. Yeah, but it's a good thing. It's a blessing, man, and I'm happy, man. I'm just happy, man. I'm blessed. The people around me, that I have around me. Because I told myself coming into 2023, but it's something that I started to latch on even before then. Last year, in the latter part of the year, said now I'm gonna start surrounding myself, and I say this to you: surround yourself with those that believe in what you do, but understand and believing sometimes comes with uh 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 respect, right? So that's what I told myself. I'm gonna surround myself with those that believe in me and what I do. Because a lot of times, man, you can have people around you, you know what I'm saying? They got this thing they say, what they call it? They say a hindering spirit, right? You have these people around, they hindering spirits, they hindering you from doing certain things. So you got to be careful what you do and you say around them, right? And sometimes it could be people that's real close to you, right? So that's what I told myself. I got to now start praying on it because sometimes you try to do it yourself, you're not gonna magnify it if you're doing it yourself, right? But if you call on the higher power, right, to ask for help in that, right, to foresee certain things that's coming or that's there, it can happen. But that's what I did, man. And it's like I said, starting last year and coming to this year, keeping the people around me with good spirits, man, and again calling on a higher power to help. You know what I'm saying? Protect me from those that's trying to hinder me, right, from what I'm trying to do. You see what I'm saying? To complete my legacy.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I did a podcast episode on that probably about 2 years ago. I call it Ghost Followers.
Ooh, that's a big. I'm gonna use that. Ooh, I'm gonna use that.
Everybody got people, that's following you, and you have it on social media. You might got people that's following you, but they know in the inside of their guts they can't stand you.
Yes,
I'm saying,
yes,
but they still keep up with everything you do, which don't makes much sense. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because if you don't like nobody, why would you be worried about what they're doing?
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, but ghost followers just those type of people that, you know, they they following you. They really a fan, but at the same time, they have too much pride, and they probably don't did you wrong in the past or did something to they know they can't come back from, but they can't break that connection off as far as like peeping around the corner trying to say, oh, what he's doing now,
Right,
So
right.
that's
Yeah.
the type people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you know, they follow that they follow that trend, and when they say keep your enemies close,
Mm.
that's what they do. They know they enemies, so that's why when you saying they try to stay close, that's them ghosts. They try to stay close to you because that's that mindset. Keep your enemy close to you, so they try to keep you close to them. But again, you call on a higher power, man, to weed them out, man. He'll show them. He'll show their face and their hand
Oh yeah.
all the time.
Absolutely, man. So I ain't did too many of these Mount Rushmores because I have a lot more hip hop artists than R&B. So give me your R&B Mount Rushmore. Give me your top five, your own personal top five. It could be all time. It could be right now. It doesn't matter.
All right, all time. Number one, I'm gonna go with. We talk about like when you talk R&B, you talk about entertainment, the whole package, right?
Yeah,
Or you
yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
the whole package.
It's just your personal top five. It could be your
And
inspirations, like people that's dear to you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I tell you my top five right now. I'm gonna tell you right now, my top five. My number one is MJ, baby, Michael Jackson. My top five. That's one, right? I'm gonna scoot on down. I'm gonna do group back then, the Temptations. You see
oh,
what I'm saying? That's my number two far as group. Then now I'm gonna go back solo, Charlie Wilson.
oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's number three. Number four, I'm gonna go back to group now. My all-time group. Uh, with the Temptations. Uh, 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 I can't leave out Escape, man. It's a girl group, but I can't leave them out because they won me over, boy. Like this, they whole vibe, that urban, that coming from that hood. When they came out, they had the boots on, and you see what I'm saying? That was boom. I take Escape for number four, and my last one. You know what I'm saying? I know it's gonna be kind of controversial, but we could talk about it. But at the same time, I can't. For me, I can't connect. I can't connect what he done on one side versus the other. You know, I understand. And I know it's gonna be controversial right now, but boy, let me tell you something. R. Kelly,
I knew you was gonna say it. I knew what you was saying. But look, well, this is what people has to understand though, before you finish your point. Like I tell people all the time, like, and I don't know why it's so hard for people to understand this because it's just like with the OJ Simpson or anybody else
yeah,
that has done stuff bad in their personal life. You're like,
right, right,
okay, he maybe shot those people, but he
yeah.
still was a hell of a football player.
Oh, player, yeah,
I'm still
yeah,
gonna get on YouTube and look at his highlights.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? When I
yeah,
want to look at his highlights.
right,
Just so I'm like, just like with R. Kelly, like, well, people can't understand. And Boosie said this on a Vlad TV interview, and I agree with him. He
right.
said if R. Kelly wasn't in the mess that he was in right now, and he was able to do a verses, he said nobody will be able to beat R. Kelly in the verses just based off all his catalog and
Oh my God,
all the people that he wrote for. He was like, yeah, who was gonna go against him? He was like, the only person that you could even think about that you could even put against him is probably Michael Jackson, but even
that's
then,
it.
that's still a stretch.
Still, absolutely, my brother, absolutely, absolutely, man. This guy here, man, and again, when we just talk about music, period, man, and how this guy was so amazing and captivating not only the urban the urban side. Man, this guy had songs like I Believe I Can Fly. And man, come on, man. Come on, come on. So, I had to put him on that top five. You know what I'm saying? As far as art and entertainment, that guy there, man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man.
What you call it made me cry, man. I ain't permit to say it. That song "I Wish" by R. Kelly, that
Oh,
joint had
yeah.
tears,
Yeah.
man. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you. That's what I'm trying to
like,
tell you, man. Hey, man, listen. This guy here, man, and he put that work in. And you're right. Nobody can't touch him, man. As far as verses, nobody couldn't touch. It's like he couldn't even do verses against nobody. It'd be a wipeout. So Boosie was right. You see what I'm saying? They can't touch you. They
yeah,
can't.
it's like because like if he really sat down and really like, oh, I wrote for this person, this person, this
Oh
person,
my
this
God.
person. If he was just to put out a list of all the people he wrote for,
Oh
you
my God.
you'll be like, well, dang, like, shoot, that's the whole industry, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right. Oh, most definitely, most definitely. But in saying that, you know what I'm saying? And saying that from that side, you know what I'm saying, we give him his props. You know what I'm saying? So, but I also want to say, because I feel like that we have to, right? Because it's out of respect for the young ladies that was victimized, right? Uh,
Mhm.
we have to also, you know what I'm saying, let them know that, you know what I'm saying, that we appreciate you guys standing up and fighting for what you believe in. You see what I'm saying? Because any violence, regardless of what it is, you see what I'm saying, is not condoned. You know what I'm saying? Still to this day, I'm still like looking like, okay, this is a situation. So I can't leave them out. You know what I'm saying? So to all the victims that was a part of that situation when it came to my brother, I just want to let you know, I'm here with you guys, man. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing better. You know what I'm saying? I hope you're getting therapy. I hope you getting help. Because nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? We can have an opinion about the whole situation, but you guys was the one in that situation, so nobody can tell you what to feel, how to feel. The only thing I would say to you is that I support you guys, man, and I just hope you're getting the help that you should be getting, and blessings to you and your families. And you know what I'm saying, and I pray that whatever it is, you guys make a come through, because I know it's not easy, but you guys make a breakthrough, and blessings to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, not excluding what he done, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
As
right,
far as
right.
like criminal wise, but
Right, 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 right.
uh, we just stating that, what he done as a musician,
Shit, right,
you
right.
can't take it away from him.
You can't take that away. Can't take that away. And you got to clarify, you know what I'm saying? Because again, we dealing with social media. We dealing with emotions and opinions, and you know what I'm saying? So, disclaimers, we just want to keep it open and understand that they know from me and you, they understand that, we do, you know what I'm saying? We do understand, the victims and what they had to go through. So we wishing them well and a happy recovery mentally, because that mental health is real serious right now in this world today. It's real serious. So just hoping they make a clean breakthrough.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So closing remarks, man. Anything else that you want to let the people know that you got going right now, and let people know how to keep up with you on social media, YouTube channel, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, it's all good. Y'all can hit me up. Go ahead and follow me. Like I said, on IG, the real J-Shin. Y'all go ahead and hit me up, because I'm really trying to get my followers up. So y'all go ahead and lock in and follow me, man. Right now, I think I'm at like 43,000. I'm a late bloomer, just getting into it. So, hey, man, I'm here. I'm putting out new music. You see what I'm saying? I'm putting out new videos. I'm putting out new vlogs. I'm doing a whole lot of stuff right now. I'm bringing you to my life. So y'all go ahead and lock in. On Twitter, it's the real J Shin. On Facebook, it's J Shin Music Page. Um, but hey, y'all go ahead and hit me up, and y'all go ahead and follow me. Let's get it in. Let's get it.
Yeah, man, and that's something easy that you can do, man. Like I was telling people all the time, I was like, everybody should be doing vlogs now, just based on just this generation being content driven.
Right,
I was like, especially in your case, having a lot of influence and followers and things like that, you probably could do a vlog once a week and just start a series, be like part 1 through 4, series 1, you
right,
know, you just anything, because people like the person, so they don't really care what you're doing in the video. You could be eating some Captain Crunch. You'd be like, "Oh, I just woke up and
that's
eat
it.
my favorite cereal." Then we're gonna go to the studio, or could be playing with your kids. Anything, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
most
So
definitely.
it'll
Yeah,
be
yeah, that's
six,
it.
7 minute video. They'd be like, "Dang, I wish the video was longer." Then next
Yeah,
week, you get it with another 6, 7 minutes.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I
That's
started
what's
doing
up.
vlogs with my business owner interviews. I like doing those little vlogs.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what it's all about right now, man.
Oh yeah. Absolutely, man. So this concludes another episode of Eric J. the Great Podcast. I appreciate you coming on the show. And before we wrap up the show, we're gonna play the Welcome to MIA single that you just dropped. But everybody out there that's gonna listen to this interview, go to Apple Music, Spotify, whatever you use to stream your music, and real dope R&B vibes. Go stream J-Shin, on all streaming platforms. Go look at some of his past work, man. Real
Yeah,
dope R&B vibes. You can throw it on. one of those artists you could just click on the name and just press a shuffle button and get in the car. You know, you
And
might
ride.
go to a comedy show with your girls, set the
Oh yeah.
mood,
Oh
you know,
yeah.
just ride out, or you're going on a road trip. Y'all want to set the mood, just be grooving, soothing music. You know, this type of music that he puts out, man, real positive vibes. So everybody tap in with him, and also appreciate all my supporters that's been supporting all the podcasts, and be on the lookout for more dope content. Got a lot of dope interviews dropping in May, June, as far as PBE Pluto, Trill C, Quando Rondo's NBA Youngboys producer, and a lot of more people on the way. So, um, without further ado, this "Welcome to MIA" by J-Shin. You know,
Let's
everybody
get
go
it.
listen to this, man, on YouTube. Go watch the videos. Real dope video. I looked at it last night. You know, DJ. You know, anything with DJ Khaled. You know, he's a character. So,
Oh yeah, most definitely.
so
I'm telling you. Yes, sir. God did. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to the MIA. Real big. You know, we trying to get that on, Will Smith shooting a new movie. You see what I'm saying? So we trying to get this joint on a new movie, you know what I'm saying? Bad Boy 4 for Life.
oh, that will fit that perfectly.
Oh my God, we trying to get that. So we working on that right now to make that happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a blessing. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna pray on that to make sure we get that.
Yeah, I know someone was telling me recently who I was talking to. I interviewed somebody last week. They say they missed out on the movie, but he said that they told him that they like to get the song a year ahead of time. So
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
said
That be
that
the
was,
part. Yeah.
yeah. So they was like he submitted it too late, but they told him that they liked the song. But
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, so that's
that
another
fits
big
that
thing
vibe.
for 2023 that we try to make happen. So we doing a lot of things, man. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when I first heard about you, you know what I'm saying, my homie, Wish the Great, you know what I'm saying, out of Atlanta. He's in Atlanta right now. He hit me up and like, Jay, man, I met this guy, man, named Eric J. You know what I'm saying? The great. He said, man, you need to meet him, man. He's an incredible guy, man. And I say, hey, let's do it, man. And then he made it happen, man. So I want to just say big up to, you know what I'm saying? Wish the Great, man. Shout out to him, man. That's my brother from another mother out there in the ATL, brother. I'm gonna be coming to see you soon, though, brother. I'm coming to see you.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Shout out Wish the Great, man. I was listening to his music when I got off work, man. I love those two tapes he got on
Oh yeah. Oh
Apple
yeah.
Music, man. I love those tapes, man.
Yes, very talented brother. Yes, he is. But it's in the camp though. That's what we do though. We get it in. That's what we do.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. That's how we're gonna end it, man. Everybody check out. We couldn't play the whole Welcome to MIA song because we gotta save a little bit for you to go
Yeah,
on YouTube, go look at the video. You know, yeah, I think everybody love the videos, real positive vibes. You know,
oh,
anything that send out positive energy, man, is that's what you should be more anxious to go look at,
right,
versus
right. Most definitely.
wanting to look at, the other stuff, people talking about
Yeah,
killing each other and stuff. So
yeah, yeah. So that's what's up, my brother. I appreciate you for having me on. I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I love your energy. Like I told you before, man, and again, I'm giving you your flowers now. You know what I'm saying? You inspire me. You know what I'm saying? So keep doing what you're doing also. And let's try to just change the world, brother. Let's change the world one day at a time.
oh yeah, absolutely, man. That's how we're gonna end it.
Yes, sir.